Seat Leon is probably the best car the Spanish brand has ever built, aside from the excellent Alhambra 7-seat MPV. But in a world clogged full of fine hatchbacks ranging from the Ford Focus to the VW Golf, why choose the Seat? Well, for starters, this is one of the few family cars on sale that really does have the power to turn heads. The sleek exterior design strikes a perfect balance between sporty and stylish, and once you get up close, there are some really lovely details to appreciate. At the front, these angular and sadly optional LED headlights look like something you'd normally find on a high-end Audi. They sweep right across from the wheel arch and draw you into that central slim grille, which on this model is blanked off. That's to make the car as streamlined as possible and help save fuel. On normal models, you get a simple hexagonal mesh. Come here at the side and you'll notice this sharp upsweep in the windows. That's to make it look more like a three-door coupe and trick your eye a little bit. You'll also notice all across the bodywork and down the bonnet these pin-sharp creases in the metalwork. They're just to give the whole car a bit more aggression and help it look a little sportier. Of course, not all Leons are created equal. The most basic versions have to make do without alloy wheels, although every model in the range does come with body-coloured door handles and mirrors with those neat LED indicators. Step up to the SE and you'll get 16-inch alloys a bit like these, but the best looking versions are the FR models. They come with their own unique set of bumpers front and rear, tinted rear windows and larger alloys. Once you are nestled here inside the Leon, it's hard not to be a tiny bit disappointed. It looks so good and attractive on the outside that some of these grey fabrics and plastics in here are a little bit of a letdown. Still, push past that feeling and you'll quickly realise that this is one of the best interiors around. These front seats are firm but really supportive, they're very easy to adjust, and the driving position is near faultless with great visibility front and rear, and the simple dash layout means finding and using all of the major controls is an absolute doddle. The materials might not look that stunning, but I can assure you that the build quality feels really top notch. This 5.8-inch touchscreen is how you access all the infotainment features, and it's pretty easy to use. Sometimes it's not that responsive, but the graphics are really bright and clear, and there's also these shortcut buttons down either side so you can quickly get to the function you need. So it might look slender on the outside, but as you can see on the inside, the Leon is really spacious. Here in the back, there's room to fit two tall adults like me, with plenty of room to spare, including for my head and for my knees. But because of this raised footwell and the narrower middle seat, sitting three abreast would be a fairly intimate experience. The boot is generous too, with a wide, square shape and plenty of room to fit lots of suitcases. The only two rivals that really offer more usable boot space are the Peugeot 308 and the Skoda Octavia, but neither of those are quite as good looking as this Leon. Now, I know what you're thinking, that this Leon is all talk and no trousers. Well, once you're on the move, I promise you nothing could be further from the truth. The Leon is really good to drive. All the controls are beautifully weighted, the steering is light but it's accurate and precise, and the ride is supple and composed at all times. Now, turn into a corner, it grips well, body control is really nice. It's not quite as much fun as, say, Ford Focus down a B road. It feels grown up to drive, and I do mean that as a compliment, and a big part of this is down to the refinement. That almost all road speeds, wind and road noise are really well suppressed, and although the diesel engine in this version is a little bit grumbly, most of them are very refined indeed too. Now, as for engines, there's quite a wide range offered by Seat to suit all different kinds of drivers. This particular version is the 1.6 litre TDI Ecomotive with 109 brake horsepower. Might sound a bit like a futuristic train, but it's Seat's way of describing their most fuel efficient model. It's got very low CO2 emissions, which means it's perfect for company car buyers. It's quite a good engine. There's a little flat spot below 1500 RPM, but once the engine picks up, it's nice and punchy in the mid-range. However, if I was a private buyer, I'd probably be more tempted by the 1.4 litre TSI ACT model. It's got clever cylinder shut-off technology, which means it's almost as efficient as this diesel version, but it's also just that little bit quieter and smoother at low speeds and around town, and it's also cheaper to buy overall, while still being really punchy in gear. For people who really enjoy their driving, there's also a hot hatch version known as the Cupra. It's available in 3 different body styles, so a 5-door, a 3-door SC, and the estate model ST, and it comes with 2 different versions of a 2-litre petrol engine, one with 265 PS and the other with 280 PS. The Leon is one of the best all-round family hatchbacks on sale. It drives well, looks great, and is better value for money than most of its key rivals. Add in the spacious interior, fuel-efficient engines, and generous equipment levels, and it makes you wonder what more you could possibly need. If you want a car that will stand out from the crowd for all the right reasons, then put a Leon at the top of your shopping list.